When the Beatles split, to my mind, it was George Harrison who would prove the real revelation.
People always say I'm the Beatle who changed the most, but really that's what I see life is about.
George Harrison once said that his biggest career break was joining the Beatles, and his second biggest career break was leaving them. It's kind of easy to see why. He must have felt creatively stifled. I mean, Lennon and McCartney dominated the Beatles, and Harrison had to struggle to get his songs onto the LPs. So you can imagine he built up quite a backlog of great tunes, some of which found their way onto his first solo record, All Things Must Pass, which was, perhaps unsurprisingly, a triple album. And I suppose the title of the album, All Things Must Pass, and the album cover, a picture of George surrounded by 4 gnomes, these were taken as concrete proof that he was putting the Beatles firmly behind him. What are your kind of abiding memories of the sessions that led to All Things Must Pass?
Well, Georgia was completely different. You see, I did the John session and particularly for the Plastic Ono Band, and then suddenly I was in the studio with George, and that was like a complete change. Suddenly George came in and he would put a nice little carpet up and put his joss sticks on there and a little, maybe a little picture of something, and made it really comfortable. But the atmosphere was always, the light had to be dimmed down and it had to feel comfortable for everybody. So it was completely, but John was, get the song down, boom, sit down, here, boom. No. So you were a different energy.
Right, track 3, Wah Wah. To me, Wah Wah is a standout track on the album.
To a normal listener's ear, this is already musically too much, even though it isn't all that much, you know? It is just to have an extended chord, you know, suddenly, and it just started flowing, and once we got into the lick and everybody was playing, then it became very exciting.
I love Wah Wah. It's big, brazen, and just grabs you by the throat. And to understand why it's so good, I'm creating a new cover version with some top musicians.
Almost the thing I'm most dizzyingly excited about with this film is the opportunity to get together with some of my favourite people, some of my most beloved musical collaborators and colleagues, in a special kind of supergroup, to see what fresh perspective we might throw on ex-Beatles tracks. So you got E major, then A flat, then F sharp 7, then D9 and a sharp 13.
Yeah.
And then you're back to E again.
The best possible way of really climbing inside the heart and soul of a piece of music, really understanding the DNA, the muscle fibre, the tissue, all the kind of constituent parts that make it great, is by delving into it and remaking it as musicians.
You sure you don't want to just do My Sweet Lord instead?
It's too late for that. Does that sound good?
Just run it and see how...
Yeah, all right.
Run it.
Let's do one all the way through. I mean, as Mozart once said, there's nothing he liked better than taking a tune for a walk. To me, the big revelation of this particular journey has been discovering properly the music of George Harrison. I mean, a song like Wah Wah, I can't put it down. It's constantly seeping out of my pores.
You know, one chord drives you to the next, and you get a surprise with the next one. I mean, there's some real kind of like sort of chromatic upshifts, which gives the song an urgency, a sense of almost free fall, which makes it hair-raisingly exciting. It's clear from Wah Wah that George Harrison was enjoying his newfound freedom away from the Beatles, the tensions and the sniping that he writes about in the song. Wah Wah would absolutely be on my Black Album, and Harrison's record also contains the famous hit My Sweet Lord.